Good evening, Soul Tribe. Tracy here with Sweet Spot magazine. Thank you so very much for the likes, the shares, views, subscribes, the comments, donations, super thanks, super chats, everything. I appreciate it all. We're going to go ahead and ring this bell. We're going to clear out this energy, and then we're just going to see what the Masters of Spirit has for us this evening. Doesn't seem like there's any round and round. Doesn't seem like there's anyone that has to do any, let me think about this. It seems pretty straight cut. Bottom of the deck. Something about a promise. Maybe somebody, they, maybe somebody made a promise to themselves. They made a promise to themselves that, maybe they didn't really need you. They felt like you were competition, they felt like you had some type of addictions or something. Hey, Shaylin. But something about you making some type of prediction and being in your purpose, something that you said, something that you saw previously. And it was about somebody who always tried to act like they were kind, like they would go the extra mile. Always tried to act like they was ready to step in and step up to the plate. Step up to the plate, answer the call. You need something? You call me. Or whenever somebody would call them, it's the same person that would do nothing. Now somebody wants some forgiveness because now they understand what you were talking about. Hey, red violet crystals. Now this person, they expect you to be defensive towards them because they know they snaked you, they cut you out, they hurt you. And they know that this person is not really in their north compass. This person is just thinking of something creative because they want you to martyr yourself. They want you to bend over further than backwards. They want your spine to actually curl up into a backwards ball because they need to use you today. Today, something's going on. But if you look close enough, if you just listen, you'll understand that this person is going through a hardship. And everybody sees that this person is going through hardship, which is pretty funny because this is the person who caused the drama. This is the person who said they was going to leave you. They was never coming back. They didn't give a shit. They didn't need you. You can kiss their ass, kiss it, they where the sun don't shine and everything else. But it's different now because now they need you. What's the message, Spirit? See, it's different whenever you make those declarations, you make those statements, and you mean it. Yeah, it's too many. You make those statements and you mean it, and you march off. You slam the door, you bolt it, you nail it shut. You take that picture with your pants pulled down so the last thing they can see of you is the crack of your ass. And you march off into the sunset for them never to see you again. Until something goes wrong. Until everybody that saw this person pull their pants down, show you the crack of their ass, took a picture and everything else, and all that disrespectful stuff that person had to do, that person chose to do. Everybody that sat there and watched that person do that to you, they remember now. They remember, and they remember how this person purposely did it to you. Purposely. They was conscientious. They was very wide awake when they was doing it. They knew what the fuck they was doing when they did it. But now, because things ain't going the way that they had anticipated or planned, they want some forgiveness. I mean, if you don't mind, because it's like they like, you don't have to really remember all of that, do you? I mean, you know what? It wasn't even the whole crack. It was just the first top half. And I didn't spread the cheeks. I just bent over. So it wasn't as bad as you making the scene, but I just need a little bit of help. And that picture, I really didn't mean for that. I was trying to show you this pimple that I had. That's why I took the picture. It wasn't for you to think that every time you looked at you were supposed to kiss my ass. No, I was trying to show you a pimple. Honestly. I mean, honest. You believe me, don't you? I'm just like that innocent child. I know that you thought that I was trying to cause some conflict and I didn't want you to survive. But that's not it. Someone feels like because you are of the same bloodline, because you are that person's family, even though that person disrespected you so much that the word disrespect stopped meaning the same thing. Now this person needs some attention. Something in their life needs some attention. And they're hoping that you could do it, that you could help. Because this person is also remembering how kind you were. And I'm telling you, this message, I don't know what the hell is going on, but the internet connection, I'm like, damn, I might have to go into my home office. Next live, I'll be in my home office. But they remember how conscientious you are, how kind you are, how forgiving you are. And they're hoping that you remember that when it comes to them asking for this favor. They're hoping that you didn't change, at least not for them. I mean, they don't care what changes you go through. Don't get me wrong. They don't care if you go through changes. They just don't want your attitude to have changed towards them so that they can come in and get carte blanche anytime they want. And then when you think that you made a breakthrough, they'll be like, you ain't got that picture still? The picture of my ass? And that really wasn't a pimple. I just needed to use you to get where I wanted to be. Hey, Naveen, how are you? Right, exactly. Hey, Kathleen, how are you? And J. Mike. What's the message, Spirit? What is the message? Okay. Yeah, something about this person, and that may necessarily be their body or something, but it's something that the way that they feel, that they look. Maybe this person feels like, it's the way they look so fine, so fresh and so clean that you're going to be like, I don't remember what the hell I was mad at you about, but baby, you looking so fine in them leopard drawers, you better bring it over here, boy. But that's not it. Because this person is just trying to play in your energy. They're just trying to play in your energy, trying, because it's like there's that connection or something, But it's like they're not really trying to really change or do nothing. What's the message, Spirit? Oh my gosh, J Mike. Oh my goodness. Hey, James and Biscuit. Yeah, something about this person. I think they want to travel towards you. They do. They want to travel towards you. And they're coming straight towards you because they know that you are the perfect person to help them with this issue. Now they're starting to get the message that, yes, you are on your spiritual throne. They're getting that message from the Most High. And that's because, whenever they was in their vanity period where they thought it was all about how they look, I told you something about how this person looks. They just feel like they just got it all together. But they don't. They don't. They probably don't even have a chin. Their shoulders probably slumped over. They may even have a hump on their back. And hell, they really may even have a pimple on their ass. Who knows? But this person, they hope to come to you. They hope to be able to come home. I'm telling you, somebody's driving towards you. They're coming. What's the message? Yeah. And this is exactly what this person gets. This is what they deserve. Karma. Because you know what? This person was not the nicest person to you. I can tell you that much. They was not the nicest person to you. They was treating you like a witch when you was trying to bring them peace. And then when they would do it in droves. They would bring you, and then they pull back, and then you think, okay, and then they pull back, and so it's almost like at some point you thought it was something going on with their personality, but then you realize this motherfucker was just a wise guy. That's it, and that is his personality, to be a wise guy. But like I said, even though this person's personality is to be a wise guy, there's something about this person that you see that they want your love, but they also a big ass chicken. It's like something with this person. They're afraid to touch to reach their inner self. They're afraid of their own dark shadow. They are. They're afraid of their own dark shadow. And that's why, it's almost like they was playing they was playing too much, and your ancestors, spirit guides, did not like it. And that's whenever somebody said, okay, we're going to bring some attention to something. Yeah, and it was something important. I feel like your ancestors was very happy when this shit started happening to this person. And this person didn't know what the fuck was going on. Your ancestors said, oh, okay, we see how you want to act. We can really let you act like that. We encourage you to continue to do down with you. And shit started happening. It started freaking this person out. They didn't understand this. All of a sudden, it seemed like things just started disappearing left and right. And they didn't know what was going on because it seemed like they couldn't pinpoint anything on anybody. It was like supernatural. It was supernatural. They couldn't pinpoint any particular person or thing. They knew they weren't around you. They knew you didn't know what the hell was going on with them because they hadn't physically told you. And plus, they had disconnected from you. They didn't just disconnect. They ghosted you. So they didn't expect you to know anything. They ghosted you. They went on about their business. And they thought they was getting ready to strike gold. But now this person has ghosted you and going on about their business and shit is starting to crumble. Now they're wondering if they did the right thing. Now they're starting to be haunted. You know, they should have stood, they should have stayed there, but instead they was like, kiss my ass with the sun don't shine. Now they're starting to be haunted by that decision. And they can't tell, they don't know if they seeing things, if they hearing things, but I'm telling you, your ancestors is fucking with this person's mind. And they started to explore that, you know what? There are spirits around this person. Someone is starting to explore that, you know what? Just because you cannot see someone don't mean that they're not there. We got 4114 in the chat. Yes, somebody is mirroring some shit. Because see, you already knew. You can't see your ancestors and spirit guides, but you can feel them. And somebody didn't believe that, but they starting to believe that now. Yeah. Especially whenever you made this promise to yourself that you know what, you got to take care of yourself, because this person was acting like a fool. You know, now this person is starting to believe that yes, you are an earth angel. Now they believe this. They truly believe this. And like I said, this person, they want to see if they can get you to martyr yourself. Help them some more, as if you hadn't helped them before. Enough before. Let me turn the air down. Somebody's starting to look at me hard. I'm starting to get hot. Okay. What else, Spirit? Thank you. Yes, everybody knows, everybody's looking at this person and they know this snake is not in their north compass. They know what type of time this person is on, and that's that devilish time. And people is spreading the word. Everybody is talking. Everybody is talking about this person who knew they was just beauty walking. They was super fine. They was super fly. They was super. They knew they was there. But everybody's talking about this person, this snake with this south compass. Hey, Black Beauty. Hey, Ted. How are you? I know that's right. I'm sorry about that. What's the message? What's the message? Yep. That's why people are defensive towards this person, because they said, you know what, we knew you was in demon time. We knew that. And we're not trying to do all that. We cannot help you because we got to care for ourselves. We saw how you tried to make somebody else what you put that other person through. We saw what you put that other person through. That other person had to survive your bullshit. And now everybody is looking at you because you come out shining on top, but the other person is not. That's why everybody has this changed perception of you. Because before, everybody thought that it was the other person that was doing all the work, that was pulling you along, that was making it so that you could tie your shoes, and you was getting to work on time. Like this person had to damn near babysit you. You know, but that's not the truth. Everybody sees that now. Everybody sees that was the one that was being babysat. What else, Spirit? Hey, Deborah, how are you? What's the message, Spirit? Yes, I'm telling you, somebody, they want to come home. They want to come to you. They want to come to you because all that exploring that they was doing, maybe it didn't turn out right. You know, like I said, they thought they was helping themselves. They thought they was saving themselves, but they wasn't. All they was doing, it was like they was following the guy to somebody else who was pulling the puppet strings. You know, this is somebody they was listening to somebody else who they thought that person was perfect. Now only to find out that that person not only left them, not only left them for dead, but was a dark priestess and didn't give a shit. In fact, that person's that dark priestess, the entire objective was that you would leave them so that they could not get on their own spiritual throne. It was that person's objective to start arguments, to have this hardship in this family so that the relationship did not survive. You saw that, but somebody else didn't. They see it now because they ain't got shit, because they need shit. Now they see it, but before, you couldn't tell them nothing. Couldn't tell them nothing. Could not tell them nothing. Yes, couldn't tell them nothing, even though you already told them before. Especially when you was just now getting into your purpose. You was just now starting to enter that portal where you was doing the work of God. And that's whenever you told this person. But you know what? That person thought that you was on some other shit. That person thought that you was that dark high priestess. That was not you. That was not you. This is you. This is you. Ain't nothing dark about you. But maybe your hair color, maybe your eye color, but that's it. What's the message? What's the message? Thank you. Yeah, the person that they thought was so perfect is the same perfect person that left them for dead. Didn't care. Didn't care. Like I said, it was their objective. And that's the person they just thought they wanted to be just like. They thought this was the best thing since sliced bread. This is the one that they wanted to hang around. This is the one that they wanted to kick it with, party with, and everything else until they figured out that that person changed locations on them quick. Right after they did exactly what they wanted them to do. And then they was calling on that person for help, 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 help. And now their calls now went unanswered. Now nobody is around. Don't nobody want to help them. But yet they happen to sit here and think about you. This relationship with you, this quote unquote evermore relationship with you. You know, now they sitting here and they've always looked up to you. But you only have love. This other person had all these things. And so they thought, well, you only have love. I can get that anywhere. I can get that at any time. But I need to concentrate on this person with these things because this person said that they was privileged and they can help me get all these things too. And so they believed them, only to find out that this person is just helping them get an addiction. Now this person is drinking to cope. Drinking to cope, thinking about the nasty, evil words that they said to you. But it's very important. It's very important what they're going through right now. Because Spirit wants them to know. Spirit wants them to look at themselves. Spirit is humbling this person more than we could ever. Spirit is humbling this person. Anything else, Spirit? Yeah. See, everybody's perception of you has changed. Before, they was listening to this person. This person was like, nah, I ain't all that. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. But now everybody's looking at you. And you looking like you shining bright like a diamond. Seriously, shining bright like a diamond. And everybody's looking at that other person and they realizing, I think how spoiled that person was. Because it's like that person, they didn't appreciate what they had with you. Especially if they want to go home to you. Because going home means they should have known you. They should have known the type of person that you are. And anybody else that tried to get in the middle, they should have known whether they had things or not. They should have known to tell that person, back the fuck up. Bottom of the deck, Archangel Metatron. Yep. The archangels is here with you. I'm telling you. You got Archangel Metatron, Raphael, and Michael. And you know what? And these two are really fighting. One is protecting your heart, and the other one is going out there fighting battles. And Spirit is talking to you, letting you know about this person. Yeah, because see, you came up on your money. Now the thing that person put you down for is the one thing that you have. That person, they put you down because all you had at that time was love. But now you got the love and the money. And they don't have nothing. It's like those stones that person threw out there, that shit is coming right back. Right back. That person didn't think that everything that they put out was going to come back to them with that magician in the mirror. Because they was trying to do some mirror magic where they would switch your destiny with their destiny. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. And now they upset. They are very upset because, honey, let me tell you something. Honey, sugar pie, let me tell you, they having some financial constraints like it ain't nobody's business. And now, since they having these problems with their money, now Tink Tink is thinking about this Karen connection. Now he like, damn, I fucked up. I had her. Or I had him. All I had to do was act right. Damn. And so now somebody's trying to think of a way to come back and deceive you. They need your help. And they know that right now it's like they're still at a crossroads. They need your help, but they hate having to go to you. Because they swore you were supposed to kiss their ass. You were supposed to be the one begging them for money. You were supposed to be the one asking them, please, please, just a dime, just $1. Can I work for food? You were supposed to be the one doing all that bullshit. But now it's them because they wished it on you. Could have been your other half. Somebody that you were supposed to have been in this relationship with. Somebody that you're supposed to be balanced with. Somebody that's supposed to go through that door to spirit with. But this is that same person now that feels all tied up because you know what? You said, oh, you too busy to go through the door to spirit with me. Okay, tell you what, I'm not trying to get in your way. I want you to stay right here. You stay. I'll go. I'll go through the door to personal healing and happiness. And that's what you did. And since then, It's been on. You've been receiving justice. You've been receiving good karma because you answered the call and you went on your journey. You listened to everything God told you to listen to. And that's why you get it all. You get the love. You get the healing. Especially when that other person didn't want to go further with you. They didn't want to go through that gate. And now this is the one person that's experienced that same anxiety for not going through the going through the gate. Now they got the one thing that they don't want to do, they got to do. Come back and ask you. They would rather swallow their tongue. They would rather, whatever, some old crazy shit, as opposed to have to swallow their own pride to come back to face the truth that they tried to snake you. They cast you out. They tried to hurt you. They turned their back on you. They ghosted you. They said you wasn't shit. You would never be shit. You wasn't about shit. The only thing that you would do would be able to smell like shit. They really dogged you. They disrespected you. Like I said, they were so rough with you. Webster's dictionary had to give the word disrespect a different meaning. They were so rough with you. But it's okay. Because you took it on the chin, baby. You took it like a champ. And this is why you have that blossoming abundance. This is why God has given this to you. Something about a man holding a coin. I feel like this is someone that's coming towards you. But it's not going to be a normal way that this person comes towards you. It's going to be a different way. But the way that this person comes, you're going to know that they appreciate you. And you're going to appreciate how they step to you. I think it was because when you walked away, when you expressed yourself and you walked away from somebody else, who was not treating you right, and you got on your temple path, that's whenever this other person started looking at all the wonderful things about you, like how much self-love, self-respect you have for yourself, how much you willing to take up for yourself. You're not willing just to settle for anything. You don't give a shit who it is. That's when this person knew, this man that's getting ready to come in, or somebody that you are the one. You got that, it's like that door to value, that you, that happy family. This is that 10 of cups and the 10 of pentacles. And then that other person, like their money, that's what they're concerned about, is their money. They squandered their money on everybody else. They squandered their money. The one thing that they thought that they was attached to, that money, that shit is gone because it wasn't even theirs. Somebody else took it. Somebody else took it. That's why they have nothing. Because when you told them, somebody else is a thief. They're going to try and take your money. They're going to do this. They're going to do that. They're going to trick you. They're going to do this. They're going to do that. They called you a hater. They called you goofy. They called you dumb. They said, shut the fuck up, mind your business. That's why they didn't want to tell you nothing. Because they felt like you did not know. Only to find out you the one who did know. You the one who told them the truth. They're the one that's receiving the cornucopia. This is you. And this is them. And they feel real stupid now that they didn't listen to you. They're looking at all they got left in their hand. And they didn't listen to you. Mm-hmm. I feel like this person is having to go through the dark night of the soul. This is like, this person is realizing that there's a whole lot that they didn't see. There's a whole lot that they didn't know, but there's a whole lot of ego that they had. You know, they was just a little bit too egotistical. Like I said, their level of disrespect was so disrespectful that even they have problems looking at themselves in the mirror when they think about that shit. All because they thought that you needed them. They thought they was the plug. No, baby. No, you didn't go through the door of the spirit. What kind of plug are you? You chose not to go. Now this is what you get. This is what you get hanging out with all your friends. And all them friends is giving you this. A broken heart. Whenever you had who you needed in your corner, when you had somebody that was down for you, 10 toes down, they was giving you love. You can take money to the grave. You could even bury it with you, but that's it. It's just laying in the casket with you, and you can't do shit once you're no longer here with it. But that love is what guides you while you're here. And you pass that love on while you're not here, because then you can turn around and be that same spirit guide to your family. I'm telling you, it was about this indecision. They have a decision that they need to make. And they're thinking about this karma. You know, it's like something that someone did not make a decision before. But now it's like they have to fight their way out of something now. Now they have to fight their way out of something. And I'm telling you, they're not sure how they're going to get out of it. They are not sure how they're going to get out of it. But by golly, they surely would appreciate you providing them with some advice. They would surely appreciate you opening up your heart and helping them to heal, even whenever they was afraid to go through the gate. It's different now. Now they need you. See, before they didn't need you, so it was totally different. But now they need you. So now they're like, well, wait a minute. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. I was rash. I was crazy. I was. Anything else from this step? Okay. Yeah. Yep. This is you. Woman holding a coin. Same thing that they swore up and down you was never going to get. Never going to get. And when they saw you go through that door to personal healing and happiness, they really got pissed off. They really did not like that. They didn't want you to be happy. And they don't want you to be happy. I'm telling you, because this person feels fucking miserable. They feel miserable. And they're trying to think of what kind of strategy they can use to get back in your good graces. You know, because this karma is kicking their ass. This karma is kicking their ass. They thought they were so big and bad. They thought they were so tough. They thought they could handle anything. They was looking at you like you was the weak one. Like you didn't know what the fuck was going on. They was listening to you talk and they was like, oh Lord, here they come with that spiritual shit again, that jib jab. Yeah. Well, Tell you what, I don't see no ancestors. Where's your ancestors at? Because I don't see them. Oh, is that your ancestors? You know, they'd hear a bump outside. There go your ancestors. Your ancestors say, keep playing. Because we like it when you do. Because when we do show up, you're going to know that we're here. We here. Bottom of the deck. I'm not going to use this one. We're going to go to this one. The Tower. Told you. Pride comes right before that fall. And that's this person feels like they was a big ass fool. Now they got to come to you and they got to ask for some healing. They got to ask for some help. They got to ask for some assistance. Please, please, please. Because this person know they did too much. They didn't care. They didn't care that they tried to put some swords in your heart and then hold back. But now this person is understanding that everything they did may not have worked in their favor. Now they got to sit here and they got to try and think of what to say. You know, they know it's going to be they know they're going to have to answer some questions. They know it's not going to be no easy communication. They're going to try and think what they can say or do to kind of flip and switch to change, you know, because they know they know they fucked up. They know they in a position. They know the devil is riding their ass. And they're hoping. They are praying because they know you got it. And they praying that you would just give them some of it. They're thinking, you know what song I miss? We Are Family by Sister Sledge. Let's sing that. We are family. Yeah, they hoping that shit now. Because see, they wasn't thinking. They thought that they chose to do nothing to help you because they thought they was going to be this king of coins sitting back on their throne, you know, just chilling. But you see, that memory went bye-bye when they tried to curse you. That dream went bye-bye when they tried to curse you. Hey, Sherry, how are you? Yes. Now this person is sitting here thinking, wait, they missed the whole boat. They missed the whole thing. You was the earth angel and they had no idea. They were so busy trying to get to snake you, trying to take you down, that they didn't see that you was, you know, you was like saying, hey, no, you don't want that. Let's do this. I'm trying to show you. I'm trying to give you. You know, you think it's something fishy in the cup, but it's not. This is the real deal. And you was telling them the truth. You was speaking truth to power for them. You was telling them, listen, I'm the high priestess. We working with our ancestors here. We can do this. We can work together. We can do this. But somebody said no. They want to be a hidden enemy. So you had to make that judgment call. And you did. And you allowed that person to go on and be with whoever they wanted to be with. And so they did. So they got with that witch. And as soon as they got with that witch, that's when they realized their hands was tied. When all they really thought they really wanted was money. That was their wish come true. This brand new start. They knew it was they were so fucking stubborn. They realized they made the wrong mistake, the wrong move, but instead of them correcting it, they doubled down. And instead of them traveling to see you, which they should have, they didn't. They doubled down. But it's okay. It's all good. Because you know what? You healed your heart. You know the truth. and you good. You say to yourself, even though this person ghosted you, you say to yourself, and you still are stable. You're happy. You're in a good place. Your spirit guides are with you, and they are moving you forward. But this person thought that they was going to be the ones to control the moves. They was going to be the mover and the shaker. Hey, Demita. Hey, Govinda. How are you? They thought they was going to be the ones. They felt like, this with the Knight of Coins and the Ace of Cups, like they was going to be the ones that's getting all the love and everything. No, that was you putting that shit in there. They were so stuck on self, they didn't realize that they wasn't even doing nothing. That was you doing it. That was you turning that wheel of fortune around for them. But whenever they decided they didn't want to be with you anymore, you know what? That's whenever you had to let it go. And you had to go on by yourself. This person now, they see how strong you are. They're wondering how they missed all of that. All of that, they missed the whole message. Everything. They're wondering how they missed all of it. But something about this King of Cups and this King of Swords, I feel like this King of Cups is looking at this King of Swords. Because I feel like this King of Swords lied to this King of Cups. Told them, you know what? I know how to build it up. I know how to make it. I know how to do it. And so this person is like, okay, you know how to do it. Let's do it then. Thinking that was going to put that page of coins and the 7 of coins together to have 8 coins to make it work. But it didn't work out like that. It didn't work out like that. So now somebody